So, get them, give them some knowledge, get them,
I got
get
you.
them some fire there.
I got you. Well, guys, Shadi, first of all, thank you for having me here. I truly appreciate it. You know that I admire you and I appreciate everything that you do in the industry because you definitely lead by example for everyone that it's out there willing to win in this industry, especially in this company. Like Shadi said, my name is Kedlyn. I'm currently 24 years old. Don't judge, please. I'm about to be 25. I'm like freaking out over here. I'm 24 years old. We have actually been working on the agency or towards building the agency for the last year and a half. But I've been with my license and working in the industry and with FFL for 2 years now. So I'm really happy, really proud of obviously the work that we have commit of doing and everything and so on. And I just want to give you guys a little bit of my background and how I started in this industry because Charlie just mentioned that there's a couple people here that are new, and then I will go from there and how we basically scale from not knowing even how to write a policy to having an $800,000 agency a month. So I started 2 years and a half ago. I honestly started because I definitely wanted something completely different. I wanted to just experience, to go out there and get out of my comfortable zone. I was a manager in the hospitality industry for almost 3 years, and I honestly got tired of it. I was a full-time student as well, studying communication and marketing. As you guys can tell, because of my accent, I'm Latina myself, Puerto Rican, really proud of that. So for me, the accent was a big deal. And that's actually one of the reasons why I didn't want to get into the industry because I was so afraid of getting myself out there and, messing up something or saying something wrong or not being able to even do a whole presentation because the clients wouldn't be able to understand what I was saying or trying to explain or whatever. So that was actually one of the first reasons why I didn't actually start it in the industry when I was 18, when this opportunity first presented myself. I'm sorry. So anyways, long story short, I started writing business. I was super nervous. Guys, I didn't know anything about it. Like when I started in the business, my first day actually on the field, I remember I booked 7 appointments. Actually, it was where I met Shadi in the Lake Mary office. I booked 7 appointments for the next day. It was a Friday. And I didn't sell anything into my very last appointment. And I was at the house for at least 3 hours, guys. At least 3 hours. The client was super nice. It was 8 p.m. She cooked arroz con gandules for me, pollito, everything. She had it all cooked. We actually got her protected. And that was my first 2 grand. Okay, I made 2 grand. I didn't know how to do the application. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just following instructions. I was just going ahead with what I had, with what I knew. I just explained it everything. And I sounded really confident to the point that it wasn't until I was filling the application that the client actually noticed that I didn't know nothing of what I was doing because I sounded so confident about the information and how I explained everything that I legit convinced her. Anyway, so after a whole year of me, getting frustrated and learning and the ups and downs and the hiccups and the failures, because you're gonna fail as well. Like after all this situation, all these scenarios that most of you, I'm pretty sure you guys are going through the whole experience. I decided that it was time to get myself, like to put myself in a different position. And that's when we actually started building the business. And the reason why I keep saying we is because this is not a me effort, right? This is a joint group of people, like a group of people that joined and decided to do this with me. And I believe in that. And one of the reasons why we have grown so fast, and actually in the last 9 months, we have grown 150%, is because we have decided and built a culture in within our own agency that basically we support each other. We help each other, we direct each other, and we have built ourselves to duplicate whatever we're doing instead of babysitting other people, right? And we're really straightforward with how we need to make this business happen and how we need to make it to the next level and be successful. One of the things that I would love to tell you guys, and this goes to everyone, because I know that everyone, for a fact, if you're not going through that experience right now, at some point in your life, or you eventually will go through it, is that you had to realize at some point in this career that you had to get out of your way. right? Because sometimes we sabotage ourselves through the process of growing the business, even through the sales, because we overthink everything. We think that we have to be perfect. We think that we have to have all the information. We think that we have to be perfect in every single detail. And the true and the reality of this business is that actually the more mistakes you make, the better you're going to be. And that's something I learned, and I had to legit, like, bro, hit the wall after time, like over and over and over again, because I'm such a perfectionist, and I understood in this industry that the less perfectionist I am and the more mistakes I make, then better I'm going to learn to build a healthy, profitable business. And this either goes to those who are building an agency, or you're either building yourself. You have to understand something. Either is that you're building an agency or you're building yourself. Even when you're building yourself, you're building a business. You are the business. Okay. And I want you guys to picture this whole scenario. Like, if you don't work and you don't go out there, you don't call, you don't make appointments, you don't do what you had to do, who is going to provide for your family? Who is going to protect your own household? Who is going to be able to prevent from, the mortgage people to take your home and the place that you have built and has taken you so long to build for your family and yourself? So you have to see yourself as a business. And some of the things that I realized is that, and I don't know why human beings are built like this, which is crazy to me, because when we work a 9-to-5 job, we are the type of person, and please tell me that you have, because if not, I'm crazy. We're the type of person that if we have a 9-to-5 job, we're like, oh, we can't get sick because otherwise I'm not going to get paid. Oh, we can't do this because, otherwise my supervisor is going to punish me or whatever, or like, I'm not going to get paid X amount of hours. Then whenever we're investing in a business like this, which is for ourselves and we work for ourselves, we tend to lack of that discipline, consistency, and being consistent with ourselves and with our schedule, which is the biggest thing for us in this business, our schedule. And the reason why I mentioned this is because this goes back to the times that we sabotage ourselves. If you're telling yourself that you're being productive and you're just keeping yourself busy, you're lying to yourself. If you're telling yourself that you're actually working just because you're standing in front of a live dials, or you're with Chatty, from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m., but you didn't do anything at all, you just was there just standing and absorbing whatever, you're lying to yourself by the fact that you're being productive. You're not being productive, you're just keeping yourself busy. So let's make the difference between being productive and actually keeping yourself busy. Because if you're keeping yourself busy, you're sabotaging your whole entire career, you're sabotaging your whole entire performance to actually win in this business. And this goes with everything. And one of the things that I will tell you guys is, and I learned this in the last convention, and Sean Mike said this to me, the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. So you cannot tell me that you go ahead and work out and go to the gym and you give the best of you and whatever. I don't have anything against it. I work out myself. But you can't tell me that you go out there, you wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning, you go ahead and work out your body, but you're not working your finance. Just like you can't tell me that you're making this bunch of money and you don't know how to manage your finance. It's the same thing with the business. You have to understand how to manage your time, how to manage your schedule, how to manage your leads, when to do it, when not to do it, when is the time, when is not the time, how to approach things, how to actually manage yourself. And one of the things that I love about this industry is and within the process of you learning how to understand this business, you're also learning how to understand yourself. And this is where identity comes. You're going to figure out your identity as a professional, and you're going to identify and figure out that identity as a person. Because a lot of things are about to change in your life. Believe me, when you start getting those deposits, a lot of shit it's gonna change in your life. Okay? So you have to understand how you're gonna manage those things, how I'm gonna manage those changes, how I'm gonna manage all these things that are happening within my growth. Some of the things that I definitely failed at the beginning on doing, and I will drop this out there, and now obviously we implemented, is the fact that, guys, we're in this business, and this is not a business where you make money and that's it. This is a business where you can legit build a legacy. I'm 24 years old. I've been in this business, 24 years young. Let's keep it like that. 24 years young. I've been in this business for 2.5 years. And when I look at my generation, even older than me, let's say Gen Zs, okay, because I'm a Gen Z. Gen Zs, I'm making 4, 5, 10 times more money than my generation. which is crazy. And I can legit call myself an agency owner. You guys know the power of that? 24 years old. I don't care how old are you or how young are you. What I'm telling you is that this opportunity is for you to actually build a freaking legacy. If you're not taking this opportunity and the license that you have of whatever stage you're in seriously, it's time to do a check. You had to double check your standards and what your expectations are. Why did I get my license? You went through a whole process of getting your license for what? You went through a whole process and courses and all these things and all these tests, fingerprints and all this for what? To quit now? To realize that it's not that easy. I didn't get a sale today. I'm getting frustrated. Nobody's answering my phone calls. Those objections are killing me.
Them was like, hey, if she talks to me that way, I'm gonna sign up for whatever she's selling.
I love it. And that's the magic of this. You guys have to understand that within being great and leave greatness, you guys have to go through the struggles. Because if you don't go through that, then you're not molding yourself to be the best that you can. One of the things that we lose sight of in this business is working our mind and body. We know all these things. We know the terminology of the products. Guys, honestly, that doesn't matter. Like, I can legit sell a lollipop to, I don't know, to the owner of freaking lollipops. But it's the mindset. I have dedicated myself to build my mind and my body to the point that I know for a fact I'm the freaking best. That's not being cocky. That's being freaking confident. And when you're confident about what you're promoting, what you're doing, and who you are, say less. I legit had clients that had told me, agents, let's say agents. I have agents that had told me, Kedlyn, I legit have an FFL office 10 minutes from me, and you live in Florida and I'm in Utah, but I still want to sign up with you. Guess why? Because I legit walk, speak, breathe, do everything according to the standards that I want from people, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not gonna be surrounding myself by people that are lazy and have a broke mind when I'm building myself to be this amazing human being. I cannot do that. Why would I surround myself with broke people when I'm talking over here about millions and I'm only 24? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't match, right? So if you actually, and this is a question that a lot of people ask me, Kedlyn, how is that you have grown so much? 150% in the last 6 months? What? Guys, I legit built myself first to be the agent that I want to. Like, I'm legit attracting agents hold up. Let me clarify this. I'm attracting the agents that I'm not attracting the agents that I am, if that makes sense. Like, I have built myself to be that person, and I attract exactly who I am. Does that make sense now? Perfect. Okay, my Spanish and my English got messed up for a second. But anyways, that's my point. Like, you guys had to build yourself. You cannot tell me. Shawty cannot tell me. Like, if, let's say that Shawty is not selling, okay? Because we know that he's the freaking beast. But if Shawty wasn't selling, do you think I would be listening to Shawty on how to do a freaking presentation on final expense? Heck no. Because he's not freaking selling. Why would I even listen to him? He would not attract anyone. Why? Because he's from another country and he's bold? Hell no. It's not going to happen. Shawty, you didn't even listen to that joke, bro.
Hey, you're making fun of my boldness. Come on now.
Get it. He's not going to attract people because of that. He's going to attract people because he's a freaking beast in the field. Shawty is one of the best hard worker people, agents that I have ever heard and seen. And most humbles, by the way. Like, I know Shawty in person. But I'm using Shawty as an example so you guys can understand the level that I'm taking this. But if you don't understand the quality and the blessing that you guys have in your hands, then what the frick are you doing? You know what I mean? Like where you're taking yourself with to? I'm sorry. Where do you want it? Where do you see yourself from now to 5 years? This is the business where you can legit have a negative $1,000 in your bank account, and then next day, oh, boss it in 5 grand. This is that type of business. But guess what? Just like the money comes, the money goes. So you had to build a legacy. You had to build something that actually you can duplicate in other people. But you had to start with you. And that's what I'm here to tell you. I'm not here to inspire you. I'm not here to pump you up, and then tomorrow you're going to go back to the same shit that you have been doing. I'm sorry, I said shit. But you guys know what I'm saying, right? This is being recorded. You can edit this.
I'll send you the video. You'll edit it.
Okay, perfect. I'm really straightforward. You can't be promoting a life of success and profitability.
This is what I don't like about John.
Wait, can go ahead and mute Regina.
You guys cannot be promoting yourselves and saying that you guys are agency owners or insurance brokers or whatever if you guys are not even selling insurance. Get your ass to work. Get to work. Get to do it. Actually do it. Don't be saying, oh, I work from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m., but I still don't get it. I want to listen to Shawty a little bit longer. No, get to do it yourself. That's the only way you're going to get it done.
Make a mess.
Yes, make mistakes. Make freaking mistakes now. So eventually you can enjoy everything. Does that make sense? I'm really straightforward, guys. Like,
yeah, you were actually when you first started, your confidence level went way higher. I remember you when you first started, you're like, your confidence level were right here, and it just went up right there, like 24 years old, and she's throwing bombs on you, on all of us. So, her confidence level went high, and that's one thing I would, tell everyone here. Not only. I was shy when I first time I got on the stage, guys. Look at my videos on social media when I went on stage for the first time. No kidding, guys. Like literally left the stage straight to the bathroom. That's how nervous I was. Okay. So what I'm trying to get at is, the confidence level that this business gives you is super high. Just because, you'll have a different lifestyle now, right? The things like Kedlyn was talking about, like my family and I, we're not struggling financially at all. We do whatever we want. We travel 3-4 times a year out of the country. We're not struggling because of the lifestyle. And Kedlyn just touched a couple of good points here, right? She's 24 years old, guys. 24 years old who built an agency that does over 800K per month, not per year, per month, right? And that being said, I mean, she did that in just a little bit, like a year and a half. And this is a reason I really want Kedlyn to be on this call, because I know you guys probably are tired of me saying this. So maybe we can get somebody that you guys might not know, don't know yet, to kind of like share her experience in this. So
I will add this, and I will finish with this. Guys, this business, you will take this business because you are the one who's moving this business, right? You will take this business as far as you want to, meaning that this business is going to do whatever you tell this business to do for you. If you want this business to just pay your bills, the business will be okay with that, right? But if you want this business to legit build a legacy, something so profitable that your generations are going to enjoy this, then the business is going to do that for you. You guys have to understand that this business is a vehicle that you guys will use to master everything in life. But you have to understand the power that you have in your hands before you even drop it out there. It's like having a little kid, right? And we learn how to first, let's say, walk, and then run, and then when you look at it, it's like, oh, I'm riding a bike. Like, how did that even happen? It's a whole process. But your legs, in this case, your business, will do whatever you tell them to do. Whatever your brain is telling your legs to do, that's exactly what your legs are going to do. So whatever you tell this business to do, That's exactly how far this business is going to take you. Financially speaking, professionally speaking, personally speaking, every single aspect of your life is going to change. I will tell you this, I'm not the same person that I was even a year ago. I'm not. My mentality has changed, my way of speaking, the way I see money. I'm not as scared as making money. Probably like 2 weeks ago, a salesperson told me, you're not afraid of money. I'm like, no, why would I be afraid of money? I make money. I love money. Why would I be afraid of money? Right? We love money because money provides. It's not that we love money, but we love what money can provide for us, right? So why would I be afraid of making money? Why would I be afraid of money?
As long as we're
I
doing it
know
the right
how
way.
it's to be broke, and I know how it's to have a lot of money, right? I know how it's to be broke, legit be broke, not even have money for gas or food. But I also know what it is to be profitable and enjoy what money can do for me. Don't be afraid of money. Don't be afraid of making money. Don't be afraid of the process that will take you to make that money. And it's gonna get to a point, guys. I'm at that point right now. I'm really transparent. It's gonna get to a point that you're gonna wake up with $3 grand, $4 grand of deposits of overrides daily. And we even get paid on Saturdays. You know what I mean? Without you not doing anything, but you put the work, like you definitely put the work, but you're not selling like probably you used to, but you have built this big agency that you have duplicated, and your agents have duplicated over other people, and so on and so on and so on, that every time that you wake up, you're gonna get 4 or 5 grand daily deposit just on overrides. That's how powerful this business is. But you had to build it. It's hard work, guys. Nights of no sleep, tears for sure, frustration, it's gonna happen. If that shit doesn't happen, oh my God, I said shit again. I'm so sorry. But if that doesn't happen, you're not building a business. You're not getting out of your comfortable zone. Get comfortable with being frustrated. Get comfortable with the bad moments. Get comfortable, be best friends of them. The more you learn and the quicker you learn how to love them, the better it's gonna be your process. Guarantee. And I will leave. That's it. I'm done, Shadi.
I have a question for you when you get a chance, please.
Yeah. Just very quick. Are you able to touch base? Like you recruited a ton of people in a short period of time, and I know you did all that through social media. Can you touch base a little bit about social media or no?
Yeah, sure. Give me a second. Sorry, I got a phone call. I'm sorry. I'm planning an event. Yeah, so social media, my best friend forever. Actually, all our agency has been built based on that, especially or specifically through IG. So Instagram, by the way. So Instagram has been our #1 platform where we have built everything. And guys, it's so simple. I started promoting what I was doing, like sales and everything. And from there, people were just, again, you attract who you are. So, damn, now it was so easy to say it. You attract who you are. That's all I needed to say before. But anyways, you attract who you are. So I was just attracting people based on the effort, my work ethic, and everything that I was doing. So I built myself first, and I promote who I was becoming and what I was doing and how much I was doing. And from that, people started coming. That's how we started. Then everything just got a little bit more bougie, more professional, because obviously we started getting more agents, more people, and so on. And we have been making like videos, reels, just posts and stuff that we know are going to attract the people that we need. Right now, the way that we have it is like we have funnels. And I'm super transparent with our recruiting process. We have funnels or through our reels and posts through Millennial Flame. And then from there, we have people, and you guys can even, if you guys see a post of us and you touch it, it's gonna have like a funnel where it's gonna make you fill out a form, and you have to attach your resume and also answer a couple of questions, because by that time that my recruiter received that information, by the time the recruiter received my information, then at that point, he or she is gonna know better you know, who am I going to speak with? Because I don't want to waste my time, and my recruiters don't want to waste my time. So they're not going to put on the phone or on my calendar someone that I am not even going to be interested in hiring, or it's not fully committed to this. So that being said, I just go ahead and just have this conversation one-on-one. I do a whole, you know, interview process, because you don't want to hire just to hire. You want to hire quality people. Obviously, there's people that you're going to hire that they seem promising, but at the end of the day, they didn't do anything. But it's a process, you know. I think it gets to a point that I already know, once I'm talking to that person, this is not gonna work. This is just, he's daydreaming or something like that. Like, it's not gonna happen. So you get to that point where you're like, you know, being selective of the people that you're choosing. But mainly we attract people through a social media, and that's how we get it done.
Yeah, perfect. All right, anybody has any questions for Kedlyn?
Yeah, I have a question. You mentioned your recruiters. Do you have an outside company or people doing recruiting for you? Or are you talking about your agents who are also building?
No. So the way we have it, I had 10 legs in total. Okay. So 4 legs, 6 legs are going to be my strongest legs. 4 legs are going to be the legs that are like plan B type of situation, meaning that if the 6 strongest legs that I have are not making the goals of the numbers, those 4 legs are going to come to my rescue. So that's the first thing that you had to understand. You had to also make sure that your directs understand your goal, and you'll also understand theirs. I'm not going to have directs if you're not willing to grow this freaking business with me, period. So the way we do it is that this funnels that I just mentioned, you guys are going to see reels of my agents. Okay. It's not just my face. You guys are going to see reels of my agents. Those reels that I'm paying ads for and paying promotions for. If let's say Jonathan, he's one of my legs. If my agent, Jonathan, through that reel that he did, that was promoted through Millennial Flame, he got 10 resumes. Those 10 resumes goes to him. If it was a video that Maria did, by the way, she just reached VP. She went from sales manager to VP in 1 month. Anyways, so if she made a reel, whatever funnels, whatever forms are filled out and people that she get through her reel, those go to her agency. So that's the way I'm doing it. I'm basically paying for all the recruiting aspect and everything and so on, but they are mainly in charge of where that person is going to go, like from having this interview to doing 40-30 grand in the next month. So they're fully responsible of the rest of it. I'm only responsible for the marketing and providing the resources that they actually need to make this happen. Wow. But no, I don't have a specific team doing this, that. No, I work with my marketing team. We brainstorm, we do ideas, and we already have a system in place.
Okay, that's pretty amazing. Anybody else has any questions?
I have a question.
Shoot.
So Shadi said that you went from 100,000 to 800,000. I mean, what made such a big growth that fast? I mean, what's the highlight? What do you recommend?
Honestly, it was more of organization than anything, because I was really disorganized and I didn't know what I was doing with the business itself. I did have the agents, but the agents were not committed at all because I was not committed at all. So that being said, once I started changing my mindset and I started changing the way I was approaching things and how I was building and projecting myself, that's when everyone started just basically copy and paste everything that I was doing because it was working. And from that, we just grew. Like it was crazy. And since then, we haven't come back at all. Actually, before we closed this year, we had to be at 1 mil for sure. But that's how I structure everything. I already had the people. The people were just not working because I wasn't working enough or smart. So once I organized everything, I organized my legs. I no longer have like 20, 50 legs direct to me. I have my 10 legs, and I already explained 6 are my main legs. 4 are my plan B legs, like I like to call them. And then we're building from that. We're building from there. And everyone does the same thing. No leg of mine is doing everything different. If they decide to do something different, you're completely independent. I appreciate you, but I'm not going to support you, nor I'm going to invest on you. Meaning that the recruiting program and all this stuff are not going to happen. So everyone has to follow the same structure so I can have a little bit more of it's not control, but a little bit more of organization and structure when it comes to this, so we can have we can actually have these agents and this structure help us instead of us becoming slave of the whole structure, if that makes sense. Like the structure works for itself, for us, and not the other way around.
One system that everybody goes through, basically.
If you have, if you do the math, and I'm gonna finish with this so I can finish her question. Guys, don't be afraid of the numbers. Like I mentioned before, just like you can't be afraid of making money or the money, you cannot be afraid of the numbers. If you actually break it down, whatever goal that is, if you break it down according to the people that you have, including yourself, you're gonna make it happen. Let's say I have 10 legs, right? But I'm gonna count my 6 legs. 6 legs times 150. That's $900,000 a month. So every single leg of mine, it's a VP, 150,000 a month. That's 900,000, and that's without my other 4 legs. Does that make sense? So if you actually break it down with the people that you guys have, you guys will definitely make it happen. If your goal is 150, so 150 divided by, I don't know, let's say 5 people, that's 30 grand a month. So you guys had to break it down so you actually can reach that bigger goal. Don't focus too much on the bigger number. Focus on the little numbers that will take you to the bigger number.
One thing I'm going to add to that very quick, Kedlyn. I was actually with John Wetmore not too long ago, and I remember back in the day, I believe Dan and some people asked John Wetmore. They said, they asked him, hey, by the way, if you guys don't know who John Wetmore, his agency do over $20 million a month. Just letting you know, he's had one of the biggest agency guys. So one thing about him, we asked him something. We said, how can you get to that level? How can you make this much money? Blah, 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 he responded like this. He said, you guys asked the wrong question. The real question is how you can get people paid. Because if you can get people paid, right? If you can focus on getting 2 people paid a week, okay, game over. And the way I start doing this a little bit different, Kedlyn, is, and I learned that from John Wetmore, where I started to, get people paid. Like I focus on 2 people that they're really heavily focused the most, and help them get paid. Because once they get paid, it's game over. It's like heroin, it's addiction, right? They're already addicted to this. Now they see the money in their bank account. They see 4, 5, 10 grand in their bank account. I don't need to coach them anymore. They already know what to do.
Yep.
And I mean, I'm still gonna help them. It's not like I'm leaving them be, but they already know how it works. Like Elizabeth, she just did a $60,000 IUL policy, right? She takes off. She works whenever she wants. She knows what she's doing, right? I call her to check on her. Her and I were close friends, but I don't, coach her and tell her, hey, why don't you do it this way? Because she knows what she's doing now. You know what I mean? So those are the certain things I learned a lot from, John Wetmore and all, Zach Turowski and all of them. Now the one thing I learned is, if I focus on 2, 3 people a week, they're really actively, really wanting this and really want to work, and they're on Zoom, they're learning, they're trying to get it done, then I'm gonna put 100% in you, help you get to that level. Amazing, get you guys paid. So like, here we go. Mr. Ali, he already said like, hey, I'm ready to get me paid. So you'll be on the list once we get the license. But you see my point? So once you get them paid, game over.
Yeah,
So,
and it's like what I was saying, like you had to duplicate yourself on other people, and those people are gonna do the same. Like it's right now, all I have, and I have a whole agenda. Tuesdays are just for my managers. But those are the only people that I talk to, because those are the people that are actually going to deliver the message to their respective agency. I'm not talking to the 230 agents that we have on freaking ACMS. I'm not going to do that. No. Each one of them decided that they wanted to build a business. So that being said, I'm going to provide them the resources that they need to do so, and they're going to provide the resources that their agency needs so they can grow. And this is how this business works. You cannot become slave of your own doings. Like I hear a lot of people say, I don't want to grow an agency because I feel like I have to babysit the agents. You're babysitting the agents because you didn't have a structure and you didn't establish expectations from jump. That's why you're babysitting agents. So now you have more headaches, more things to deal with, and they're not producing.
Yep, I agreed. It's that's the reasons for a lot of people is, And another thing, guys, I've noticed, and I just want to be very fair here, it's very easy in this business to get discouraged. Very, very, especially the newer people doesn't know this yet. Just letting you're gonna see a chargeback. You're gonna buy leads. There's a lot of hiccups here that you're gonna run through, and those hiccups, they're investments in your business. And if you're afraid of those, then you shouldn't be working here, because these are actually the main thing you gotta understand is if you gotta expect those chargeback, you gotta expect 20 to 30% minimum.
May I add something, Shadi, real quick?
Yeah, please.
I'm sorry. I just keep adding things based on what you're saying. Guys, we have a call, and this is what on Tuesday, this is what I do with my managers, and every third Friday of every month, we have this. We talk about how to build a profitable business, and this is something that I want to share with everyone. We divided the percentage of the income. Let's say that you get 20 grand a month. That 20 grand a month, if you get 10 to 15% of override of chargeback, that's okay. That's still a healthy business. Then we do another 15% that goes to pay your taxes. So at the end of the year, you don't have to be doing this or worry about where I'm gonna get the money from, where I have to sell X amount of policies so I can do this. The other 25%, it's actually gonna go towards you reinvesting your money, and the rest is gonna be for you. But at this point, you're actually doing budgets where you're gonna be prepared for whatever event. And guess what? If that month you didn't get a chargeback, you still separated 10 to 15% of that, and that's gonna accumulate. So whenever that chargeback may come or might not come, you're ready for that. There's a saying, and I love it: stay ready so you don't have to get ready. So this is something that we actually do, and we teach our agents to do. This is why I said at the beginning, forget about knowing everything about products, because yes, you have to have a certain percent of knowledge to provide the best service and whatever. But the main thing is preparing yourself mentally, professionally, and spiritually. Every single aspect, you have to prepare yourself for this, financially speaking. And the most important thing, guys, your mind. Like, you have to really work out your mind and understand that if this is working and this is being educated, everything else is gonna go. Like, everything else is gonna flow correctly. But you have to understand. And one of the things that I decided, one of the reasons why I decided to teach the agents how to do this is because I realized that we were making a lot of money. Yet again, we were not managing money correctly. And that's where most of us fail. Like, how many of you get 5 grand and then you look at your bank account again and then, oh my God, I only have 1,500. Where the rest of the money went to? Because we're not managing money correctly. And if you're not doing this, then you're not gonna have a profitable business, period. It's just not gonna happen.
Can you repeat those percentages again, please?
I'm gonna send Shadi a whole presentation of this in Spanish and English for those who speak both languages, and he will be able to share it with you guys.
Bueno.
But it's a whole financial, structure, because you need to have this. If you don't have this, you're not building a profitable business. It's just not gonna happen, guys.
Agreed.
It's really important. Okay. Also, open an LLC. I don't care how much you're making a year. Open a freaking LLC, please.
Oh, I agree on that too. You save yourself a lot of taxes doing that, by the way, guys, and save yourself a lot of liabilities.
Please, it's crazy.
Yep.
Quick question. I know you gotta go, but is there a way to protect the rollover of, let's say, lead cost from a downline up to the upline? If I'm building a team, what is the best and proper way to protect myself from rollover? You have a process in place?
Honestly, this is something that you will have to identify or create on your own, because the company itself is not going to do that for you. Just like whenever they roll up debt to you. It's something that you will have to figure it out. As far as like the way I do it, at least, is that every Thursday we do an evaluation, financially speaking. So I sit down with my admin at least 3 hours, and we legit go through chargeback, through who is on the lead program, what is, you have 15 days to pay whatever amount from my downlines. Like, we do a whole scenario and whole, I will say, financial / business evaluation, so we don't get, bad surprises.
Yep.
So this is what I have in place every Thursday after our agency call. So usually from 3 to 5, this is where I talk to her and we establish everything. But that's something that you will have to do and you will have to establish, just like the chargebacks and everything else.
The
Question.
one thing on that, I'm sorry, Alejandro, to cut you off. I just wanna, kind of add a little bit to Kedlyn.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the one thing I will add to that is if you have a chargeback in the field, like you ran a business, right, and you got a chargeback, what would you do? You write more business, right, to cover up the chargeback cost, right? Would you agree? In order for you to actually, save yourself from the roll-up debts, you just hire more. You hire more. Now, and here's the thing, the more you sell, the more chargeback you can have. It's just gonna be normal, right? And the same thing, the more you hire, the more risk you're taking on people. In the long run, it's actually way better profit than what it is now. Because it's a passive income. It's not really bad if you're still working your butt off, but you can do this from home, basically. You can do this from anywhere. Just being by the phone, being there for the agents.
I will establish a structure from jump so you don't get into the hiccups.
Yep.
Like just make sure that you have everything. And it's really important that your staff, if you were to have a staff, your staff understand what your goal is. Because your staff has to treat this business as if it was their business. If they're not treating it like that, then that's not the right, staff for you, if that makes sense. But if you don't have a staff yet, you can do this for your own. As far as you have something completely done, we had sheets, we have Excel sheets everywhere. Like we have everything so organized, guys. Like it's simple. Simple things make the bigger things.
And one thing, guys, especially when you don't have a staff yet, you can use Scott for now. But eventually, when your team start hitting 150K, then you can hire staff.
Yeah.
Yep.
For sure. Alejandro, your question, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, basically, everything sounds good, but I need a little bit better coaching here in terms of I'm not interested in trying to build a team right away. I'm interested in trying to learn the business and selling, just so that I can get my feet wet in the water so I can understand exactly,
Yeah, 100%.
Before I start trying to build a team, I have to have faith in myself and the product, the whole 9 yards.
That's why I said that we started building this business a year and a half ago. I didn't start right away building a business because otherwise you're gonna get into the hiccups, right? You don't want that.
Right. Okay.
I agree with you, Alejandro, too, as well, and I agree with Kedlyn here. So the one thing is, number one, nobody's forced to recruit over here, guys, right? If you're someone who just want to be in the field and doing and doesn't want to recruit and bring people, that's also perfectly fine. And again, every training that we do will bring someone and kind of talk about different subjects. Today we just talked about recruiting. I know we talked about recruiting last weekend as well, but next week will probably be about sales or some other aspects as well. So, but I figured that nobody better than Kedlyn, like for the people who wants to recruit, nobody's better than Kedlyn, Zach, or John that can actually help us there, right?
That's right.
Kedlyn is phenomenal. It's the three of them, they actually recruit in different aspects, different ways. Kedlyn did it through social media. Zach Tuwaski did it through ZipRecruiter, which is crazy. And then we got John Wetmore who did it over everything.
And just to be clear, Shadi, because so I can clarify Alejandro, because I don't know if you heard the whole, call from Jump, but the system that I have been talking about, that's why you're asking that question. I got you, Alejandro. So the reason, or what I was saying at the beginning, and I established, is that either you want to be a producer, agency owner, you had to establish a structure, because otherwise you're going to fail yourself, and you're going to sabotage whatever work is that you're trying to accomplish. So either you're trying to build an agency or you're trying to build your show as a producer, you have to have these things implemented, because you have to know how much profitability, how much is coming in, how much is going on, how much how much you're spending on leads, what carriers do you have, you know, available for you? Like, you have to do all these things. You have to have all these things in place. What is your structure is going to be? At what time you're going to start dialing? At what time you're going to end up dialing? At what time are going to be your breaks? Like, all these things need to be established, just like if you were to have a 9 to 5. And like I said at the beginning, sometimes we treat a 9 to 5 better, and we bust our ass working towards that person that doesn't even know our freaking names more than what we do for our own. You're your business. So you have to establish your own structure that is going to work for you without sabotaging your whole process. And don't confuse being productive with being busy. Like, keeping yourself busy is simple, but being actually productive where you're making money and getting those deposits is a different ballgame, right?
Agreed.
Okay. Just wanted to clarify that.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions, guys?
No.
You're good?
Quick
Alejandro,
question.
No questions.
Quick question. So the two questions, are you still running business, or are you just managing and, you know, like, managing? And what are the products that your agents are selling?
Right now we have actually the team right now, it's divided. We have some that are doing just more final spend focused, and then we have others that are fully focused on just IULs, annuities, and NDRs. So we have a little bit of a balance. I try to have as much balance as I can, and these are conversations that I have with my managers, like the people that are direct to me, because we also have to have a balance and have an understanding that we are playing a game where numbers matter. So annuities, NDRs, and IULs that are full underwriting, they tend to take a little bit longer. So those numbers might not count. So we tend to have a little bit of balance. Not a little bit of balance, a balance in between, you know, final expense term, whatever can get approved instantly, versus the AMS, or however you want to call it, products that we also offer. So we have a balance in between. So that's why I said 10 legs, 6 are going to be, you know, your main legs. They're working, they're doing this, the numbers, they're doing at least from 100 to 150, which is going to take you to the number that I mentioned you guys yesterday. And then the other 4 legs are going to be those supplement legs that, you know, products might take a little bit longer to approve, and the numbers might not count for now, they might count for later. So you always want to have that backup.
Yep. Agreed.
What would be your basic training for brand new people? What's the first things you tell them to do when starting out selling?
We actually have a call every Wednesday. Spanish is at 10, English is at 11 for brand new agents, where we talk from A to Z, what to do your first 31 days as a new agent. We go through role plays. We actually divide it in 2 Wednesdays. So one Wednesday we start with a group, and then the second section is going to happen the other Wednesday. And then we start with the second group of the month. So we have 2 groups per month. But we do have calls every Wednesday. We have calls 10 a.m. in Spanish, 11 in English, and we talk about everything, your first 31st days of you writing business. So from what to have downloaded in your computer or your iPad, to where to quote, to where to find the underwriting, to where to call, to who to get in touch if you need another contract, to where to get your E&O, like all these things, we talk about it. And then the very end, we have a whole presentation also in Spanish and English about the main carriers that we have. What is a term product? What is a final expense product or a whole life product? What is an IUL? What is an NDR? What is an annuity? So we explain the basics, and then we explain specifically the products within the 5 main carriers that we use. And then from there, the agents at that point are basically ready to write.
Is that open to other teams to utilize?
I can. It's not, but I will send it to Shadi just because I like you guys. And,
I appreciate it, yeah.
And you guys can have it. Let me actually send it right now.
And we got Ali here. He asked about what NDR mean.
NDRs are non-direct recognition accounts, meaning that it's like you having, it's a long story, but anyway, so it's like having, let's say Chase, right? It's a Bank of America, whatever, Wells Fargo. So the same structure, or the same, I would say, behavior or moves that they do and how they behave, it's the same thing of an NDR. So basically meaning that the client were to get 10 grand, whatever, and he wants to put that into an NDR, meaning that it's going to recognize that. And then after 15 days, you can take that money out. And because it's a non-direct recognition NDR account, it's not going to recognize when the client takes that money out, meaning that at the end of the year, it's going to give them dividends based on the whole amount, including the one that the client took out. It's a whole process, guys. NDR is a different ballgame. It's like a mix between annuities and IULs and whole life policy, which we can definitely give a class of this, but it's just another product, just to keep it simple. It's just another
Gotcha.
product. Yeah.
Okay, so this is like a debt-free life type of deal. You
Yeah,
can take
kind of
loans.
very similar to IUL, but you know, it's
It's
more
an
of
IUL, but with a whole life product. So it works. It has their checking account, like I love to explain it, in the savings account, which is going to be the one that's going to be receiving the dividends at the end of the year. The difference between an IUL and an NDR or infinite banking is that with the IUL, they're going to give you interest based on whatever balance they have. If when an NDR, they're going to give you dividends at the end of the year based on whatever you have put inside the account, no matter how much you have taken out.
yeah.
Thank you.
Everybody loved to hear Kedlyn.
Any other question?
The only other question I had, any new member that comes on that doesn't have a license, how do you handle that?
Repeat that question again. I'm sorry.
I was saying, any new recruits that you get that don't have a license, how are we handling that?
We get them the license. Like we get them to study and get their license. So whatever platform you guys are using, I'm pretty sure we're all using the same, right, Shadi? You guys
Yeah.
can just get them plugged in and just get them study. I have agents that have taken their license or get their license in 3 days, and I have agents that take a whole month. So it really depends on how committed they are to themselves in this business.
Alejandro, I'm
100%.
gonna give you a call tomorrow.
What was that again?
I told Alejandro I'm gonna give him a call tomorrow.
Perfect.
Okay.
Love it.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
We got couple newer people here. They're about to kill it. I know Kelly is going to kill it. I sat down with her. Jonathan is going to kill it too. When I sat down with him, he has a really good head on the shoulder. We got a couple really good people who they're going to actually kill it too. That I've met with and kind of like spoke with. They have a lot of sales background. So I'm very excited to have you guys. I really think that you guys are gonna do really well. Clarissa, welcome to the team as well. I know you're new as well. Davis as well. And we got Caleb, MJ, Riley, Jonathan. So we got all those people I just named. They all are newer people. Alejandro too. But yeah, anybody has any questions for Kedlyn?
Amazing energy, by the way.
Yeah, she have a lot of
Thank
energy.
you. Appreciate it, guys.
I thought I had energy, for God's sake. She put me right off.
Hey, she got more energy than my grandkids.
Usually exciting people like that make me tired, but you're getting me energized.
I know,
There-
I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight.
I think she got more energy than Sean Mike.
Don't let them hear you say that. make sure you're not recording that, Scott.
Hope to see you guys at
Okay.
convention, guys.
Well, Kedlyn, I want to say I really appreciate you. I mean, it's an honor to us to have you here. We'll definitely, and again, anytime you need me on your calls as well, I'd be honored to do it as well. So, but in general, I want to say really appreciate you. You killed it. I mean, you went from here to there in a short period of time. And it's just amazing seeing that and seeing you, your confidence level went super high. I mean, you were, not shy, but you were semi-shy when you first started to doing really well. So one thing I would say, I'm proud of you. I'm proud to call you friend, and anything you ever need, I want you to know that I got your back as well. And nice work on building that agency. And I really hope everybody here learned something from her. She threw some good bombs on you guys. She definitely killed it. So I hope you guys learned something from her today.
Thank you, guys. I
Absolutely.
appreciate you and hope to see you at convention.
Thank
We'll
you.
see you there.
You'll definitely see us. So.
Love it. Bye, guys. Have
All
a
right,
good.
Kedlyn. God bless. Take
You
care.
too.
Everybody stays for the drawing as well.
Bye, guys.
Take
Bye-bye.
care, Kedlyn.
Bye.
Thank you
Bye.
again. Bye.
Nice pick, Shadi.
So she killed it. You guys don't have to leave. I think we have a couple people left already. We still have the drawing, by the way. Anyway, some people left already, I guess. But anyway, you know, she actually killed it, guys. And I really wanted to get her on the call because of her skills with recruiting. She did really well in this.
So we've got Scott, right? Can we get him to be as energetic as that for us?
Yeah, Scott, be energized, man. Start moving around,
Maybe
move your hands.
get him a hat, maybe.
Do the, you know, I know, right?
Hey, I just execute.
Oh gosh. Who left the team actually? Who left the call? I think they thought we're done. Somebody left
That's
the
good.
call.
Better odds on that wheel.
Yeah.
All right. Well, couple of things I'm gonna share with here, guys. I'll go this very quick. So I really hope that this was really informative. I mean, Kedlyn's one of the amazing guys. I know the last 3 turns talked a lot about recruiting. Next call, I promise it won't be about recruiting. It's gonna be about something else. It'll probably be about sales or maybe overcoming objections or anything like that, just to kind of spice it up a little bit. We'll see who sells at a high level and we'll get them on the call with us, because I know you guys are tired of me. So a couple things. I'm just gonna go over the numbers here. Bear with me 1 second. I'm going to share my screen. So I'm gonna go over a couple things. Can everybody see my screen?
Yeah.
Perfect. So there will be let me pull that out very quick. I'm gonna send that out to you, Scott, as well. I'm gonna send that to everyone, and that's gonna help us in a lot of ways, and I'm gonna show you why. Let me just go ahead and send this first before I do this. So you don't have to get it to me right now, but I'm gonna send you a PDF. You can fill it out later. I'm gonna show you how to do it. All this is just I'm gonna show you why that. 1 second here. Let me go and it's right. It should be right in the chat right now. I guess it won't let me share it here. So I'm gonna send it to Scott. Scott, make sure you send that to everybody, please, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm gonna go over it with you guys.
Did you put it in the chat?
It won't let me, so I'm gonna send it to you in WhatsApp right now.
Oh, okay.
You should have it. Just send it to everybody, please. So the thing that I'm actually going over is this, and the way you fill this out, guys, is very easy. I'll show you. So this is basically something that I went off with Jean Wetmore, and he made me do it, and he asked me if I can let everybody on the team do it. And this just kind of let us know, like, where you at and where you're standing, right? So it's between 1 to 4, right? 1, you can mix it up from this line to this line, and then just go 1 to 4 per line. And then what you do at the end, you just add them all up and put the total here. Okay, and send that over, and I'll tell you what that is for. Okay, so if you notice right here, that just basically talks about whether it's determined, strong-willed, direct, bold, outspoken, decisive, convincing, persuasive, whatever it is. So line 1, you can do 1, 3, whatever, 4, 2, right? And then line 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever it is, and then just add this line up, then add this one up, and then you just put the total here, and that just kind of tell you what style you are, which is D, C, D, C, or I, desk. So DISC, okay? And I'll show you, determine, D for the determined, C for, convincing, stuff like that. And let me get out of this one. And this is right here. what I'm talking about right there. So if you're, it's gonna tell you which type of person are you, whether DI or C or S, right? And that's depending on how you actually fill this out. D for, influence or dominance, or C for, consciousness or steadiness, right? So it kind of like tells you exactly where you at, based on how you can describe yourself. And it kind of like gives you an idea, right? And on where you at as well, and kind of like gives you idea, what you need to work on, which actually helped me out a lot when John Whitmore throw that, that little homework on me. So it can help you out a lot. Of course, I know I spoke about this, but we have a couple newer people here. Sales conference coming up October 16th. We got a couple good speakers. They're all good, but this guy right here, the bald guy, I don't know why he's on the list, but we have a couple good speakers here. They're all great. We got Degna, who does strictly telesales. Guys, Jesse is a master of annuity. He does strictly annuity FIAs. So we got a great speaker. I don't know the other, three here much. They're newer to the business, but in general, they're actually, nobody here doing less than 500,000 per year. So they are gonna be great speaker. If you don't have your ticket yet, please buy your ticket if you can and be here, be in Orlando on October 16th. There will be a nice conference. And right after the conference, everybody on the team, we're gonna be going to a steakhouse. It will be on my expense. Now, here's the thing. Please let Scott know you are coming so we can add you in a reservation, especially now where our team is growing. So I don't know how many people can be showing up. It is not a must, but I would really recommend if you want to learn from the best of the best in the business. And also we have another event coming up, and that's gonna be here in this office, and that will be October 25th. So also that will be with our, with Devin, the executive, our executive, account executive with National Life. And we got his partner, Alexis, who's internal sales associate. And that's going to be from 9 to 3. So if you haven't registered, if you're not there, get with Scott. So we make sure that we have food for you, because we're going to have food in the office. Get with Scott, let him know you're coming. That's going to be in the office. If you don't know the address is right here. So we got 16th of October and the 25th of October, whichever one you and I then would love to see you. If you come to the 16th of October, we will be taking you to a nice Brazilian steakhouse. It's all paid, and you don't have to pay a penny on that. You get to meet everybody. It's really great networking than just meeting them on Zoom. So I do that for us to meet and to have fun with each other and kind of get to know each other on personal level. Also, we have the annual convention that happens every single year. So the annual convention is going to happen in Irving, Texas. So I would really encourage you to be in that. I learned a lot of things in the convention. A lot of my sales skills, a lot of the motivations are from there, just because they bring a lot of higher quality people that are actually speaking. I enjoy it a lot. I learn a lot from it every single year. I will encourage you to be there if you really want to learn from one of the best people. And then, by the way, I got a couple people, and I'm coming up to that, but I got a couple people very close to earn this. In November, we have 200 people. They're gonna be going within the FFL. They're gonna be going on a cruise to Bahamas for free. Those people, they have to hit $100,000 in issue-based business from July, August, September. Now, it does say the first 200 people, but again, we can always, tweak that in and try to actually still get you in it. So it shouldn't be a problem. In general, we got 200 people that actually are going to be going to the cruise, and I'm not going unless one of you wins, but we have 3 or 4 people that are actually winning. And I'm going to name them out here in a minute, by the way. But if you haven't hit it yet, it's not too late to hit it. So just work hard for it. You make it happen. I've seen people hit 100K in the first month before. The other contest I have, and that's for our team only. Anybody on our team. So you hit $400,000. $400,000 by the end of the year. You can. Who's let me see. Scott, help me with that one.
Yeah, it's done.
Okay. So if you hit $400,000 per year, guys, you're able to travel anywhere you want in the country on my expense besides Hawaii and Alaska. And that I don't do it. I'm not putting a goal like a lot of agencies do that you cannot achieve. 400K, everyone on the call should be able to make it happen. Elizabeth did it in 1 day. Josh did it in not 1 day, but did 60K in 1 day. Josh did what is it, 61K in 1 month, which I just spoiled it. I have to show the numbers on that. But in general, you shouldn't have a problem hitting the 400K for the month. Shouldn't at all, right? If you hit the 400K, consistency was gonna get you there. If you hit those 400K, that's $100,000 per month. You should be able to earn a trip anywhere you want in the country. Anybody that hits 800K plus, they can go anywhere, no restriction applies. That contest ends by the end of the year. So December 31st, that contest ends. Okay, so I'll make sure we know that. All right, this is the fun part. So Josh, I should have put funnier picture of you, but you hit 65K, so I better be quiet. So we got, top 5 people for the month of August. Okay, issued paid business for Josh. He's number 1. And I know he was fighting really hard to be number 1. So congrats, Josh. He's a $65,000. Then number 2, Fernando also was fighting to hit there. He's at $49,000. And then we got Elizabeth is at $42,000. Muhammad is at $37,000. And John, who's at $20,000. And those are issued by business. So congrats, guys. And I really appreciate all the hard work you guys are doing. Nice work on that. So this is for the week of September. Okay, the second week of September, we got Rola's number 1 so far in September, leading, right, with $16,000. We got Fernando leading as well as number 2 with 13 grand, and Osama with $10,000. Nice work, Sam. And then we got Muhammad at 8,400. By the way, he's not working now. He's taking 3 or 4 days off. And then we got Josh, who's at $7,800. So he's probably gonna pick it up a little bit to get to 60K again. So congrats, guys. I really appreciate you all hopping on and being part of this. I really appreciate all the work you're doing. You deserve every penny, everything you have done there. You deserve it. I mean, you worked really hard for this. One last thing before you guys go, we do have a drawing. That drawing for the people on the team to kind of help you out, to help you out with leads. So we're gonna pick 3 random people that are on the call to win to win 20 leads. So Scott, before you roll it, a huge favor, guys, before we roll this, make sure your name is on the board.
And these are agents that have been through contracting and are in the process of being appointed or are already appointed.
All right, so everybody's on here, right? Nobody has, we can start the drawing then. Go ahead and get the drawing going. Almost, Regina almost won, but Caleb, nice work, dude.
Caleb.
So Caleb just got 20 leads, so put him on the list.
Caleb still here?
He should be.
Yeah,
He,
right.
he needs
Right
to
here,
list
yeah.
brand
There you
new.
go.
Oh, all
I
right.
know.
I
Thank
always
you.
like to chat.
Thank you, Shadi.
Yeah, you're welcome, but congrats.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Let's make some money out of those leads. Who's next?
Woo, just
Kelly
so close.
again. I know she won last time. Didn't you win, Kelly, last time?
Kelly, you here?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Still
Yeah,
waiting
so you
for
went 2
Kyoto,
weeks in
but
a
yes,
row.
I
Nice
did.
work.
Thank you, guys.
Rula.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
Thank
Nice.
you.
So Rolla gets free leads as well. Other than that, I mean, guys, well, Caleb said he wants to hear Fernando.
It just looked like he was working a lead.
Yeah.
He was dancing with his hands and everything else, and I was just wishing to be a fly on the wall. That's all.
Yeah, he's too busy for us. You see, he's not even listening. He'd probably have the volume down now to working the leads out. He's too cool because he did 49K, so we can't talk to him anymore. You know what I mean? Like Josh did 65K actually, so he's too cool as well. So now I gotta clean his feet for him. You want to
Hey,
clean your
guys.
feet, man? I can clean your feet for you too.
I heard Josh is going to shave his head bald.
No,
I know.
Nah, Josh is not walk on water status, that's for sure.
The what now? Oh, the walk on water
He ain't walk on water status.
Yeah, Josh is killing it, man. And you know, I'm proud of you guys. I'm proud of everybody here. I want to say I really appreciate all the hard work you guys putting in. Newer agents, I know we got Ali, we got Clarissa, we got who else? We got Latoya, right? Who else we got here? Caleb, I think you're new too, right?
Yeah, yes.
We got Kim since she haven't wrote, so we kind of consider you and Dave. Riley, MJ, Joy. You got a couple good people here, Sarah. So
Yeah.
so the one thing is, any question for you guys that you want to ask? No question. Do you feel that this business is one of the best business you can ever get in?
Definitely.
100%.
I do got a question.
Oh gosh, what do you want? I gotta answer your question because you did 49K. So what do you want?
What kind of shampoo do you use?
Exactly. I figured you're gonna be silly.
Head
So,
and shoulders.
I use Head and Shoulder.
Do you have a comb I can use too? I need one.
Oh yeah, I have a bunch of them here. You know, yeah, I do. You're gonna lose your hair one day, and it's gonna be karma. I'm gonna start getting back at you.
I might have to shave my head soon.
True. Josh, you gotta be a dad before you make dad jokes.
I know, right?
Right.
I
Oh,
got
gosh.
you, Shadi. I got you. We gotta form a cult, the ball cult.
I know. You see that? He's making fun of me.
You just wait, Josh. When you get older, you can't comb your hair. You can
I
comb-
know, right?
You can comb your back.
You can put a baseball bat on it.
I can wait to see him bald. He's actually losing his hair in here, right here, too.
Mhm.
So
I'm
just
not.
wait for him. You'll see
there.
it. Oh yeah, you are. Look at him, guys. He's losing his hair talking crap.
Let's see the back of your head, Josh.
He knows it's
so
coming.
big.
That's why he's trying to make so much money. He knows he's gonna need that.
He's trying to get what is it? Get some
That's right, Natalia.
yeah, I think he's losing his hair because he's single.
Or vice versa.
Maybe vice versa.
Oh man.
Oh gosh. All right. Well, guys, I want to appreciate all of you. I really, you know, if you guys ever need anything, the newer guys, call me anytime you need me. I'm one phone call away. Just pick up that phone and call me. And you know, even for the existing agents, you guys have any questions, pick up that phone, call me. I'm here to help. I'm here, you know, take advantage of me as much as you can. I'm really willing to do whatever it takes to help everyone here to reach their goals, right? I would never know you need my help unless you call me. Remember, we're all individual, we're all business owners, we got to hold ourselves accountable. If you're not calling me,